Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Jerel, it's good to see you as always, my friend. Let's jump right into the action. I'll throw it to you first. Jerel, you got a lot of buckets in your career. I know that. I watched a lot of those buckets through my television screen. How does a team score 38 points in a college basketball game with all that talent that Miami has on the offensive end?
I mean, there's really no explanation for it outside of the fact, and I'll start by saying this, is that you got to get a bit of a cap tip to Virginia. They are, I think, not just opinionated, but just statistically speaking, top two defensive team in the country. Them and Houston are the number one and number two scoring defenses in the country. They always make it hard on opposing teams. They do a great job of controlling pace and making guys kind of play their game, and make it a slugfest. They usually win in the 50s or the 60s. But just with, like you said, with the roster that Miami has, it's still to me just unacceptable. They just went through so many scoring droughts, and they got a ton of guys there uh, that are veteran guys. Some of them are veteran guys and making a lot of money. Other guys are a little bit younger, but they got guys there that are capable. But right now they're just not showing up to the party, man. 38 points in a 40-minute game is crazy.
Is that praise for Virginia or is that blame that belongs to Miami, McCall?
Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking this past weekend with Miami, and they turned they have right now. The score, Villanova game. Uh, See it again tonight. It's tough to watch, and I know I got put on blast on night with my face over my. But offense more than me. I think it's praise to Virginia's defense. I do. You got to give them credit. Like Jerel said, I mean that's what they do. It's their identity. It's how they play. They want to slow the game down. They want to be less possessions in the game. But I think they've got to figure some things out. At times this year they've looked absolutely outstanding and terrific, and like an NCAA tournament team. And there's been times where they haven't. So the inconsistency, the lack of consistency for Miami is something that Coach L, I'm sure, is going to address. You're talking about another legend in the game that continues to do it and do that level. But for Miami to be a tournament team and a bona fide tournament team, the lack of consistency got to get figured.
Yeah, we saw a great Larinaga moment tonight where the timeout was taken and he's sitting off to the side. I don't want to even look at my guys. He's never short on a few of those moments every single year where we see a little bit of the personality. But Jerel, I thought you made a good point. You kind of subtly weaved this into your first analysis of this game. They got a lot of old guys, a lot of veterans that are getting paid. That's new in college basketball, right? And I think, I don't ever like to question motivations necessarily, but this is a program, fellas, that sort of bought their way to a Final Four last season, brought a lot of the key names back, lost a few of the biggest names, and tried to go the plug and play route, but the lights haven't been the brightest yet this regular season, and I'm starting to worry that they're running out of time. Jerel, do you think that honestly plays a part in this at all? Like guys that are cashing their checks, and it's kind of the story here.
I mean, I do. I think it plays a pivotal part in it, and that part of me wasn't saying that to kind of throw necessarily shade at those guys. It's just the reality of the situation, and they kind of been one of the teams I felt like that have done that did a really good job in these last couple years of plugging and playing, and really, to be honest with you, throwing money at guys to make sure that you either retain the really good players that you do have, or to go try to get some other guys out of the transfer portal that you might be able to get to come over. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of the game now, and I felt like that they did a really good job of it. But at the same time, when you're making money like that, and it's kind of public knowledge for everybody at this point, it comes with a different set of responsibility and pressure to it as well. So, tonight, Nigel Pack, Cleveland, a combined 4 points in a 20-point loss. So, I mean, you do with it what you will, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's not lack of talent. Those guys have the talent. They're really good players. They got to play better. Right now, they just look like a team that doesn't have an identity. And I think that was just essentially the difference in tonight's game. Virginia always has and always will have an identity under Tony Bennett. He does what he does. He's really good at it. They win a lot of games with it. And it still works, even though he doesn't always have the most talent on his roster. And Miami looks like a team that's kind of just, blowing in the wind aimlessly and looking for answers.
Yeah. Yeah, this is now 4 of the last 5 games. Virginia has held their opponent to under 53 points in a basketball game. Now, that's just crazy to me. And some of this is the opponent they played. They played Louisville in that run. They played Notre Dame in that run. But this defense is nothing short of elite. I was hosting the Fielding the 68 Bracketology show we do on this network every Monday and Friday. This afternoon show was great. Go watch it. It's on the YouTube channel. But Virginia was one of the final 4 teams mentioned in the field when we were doing bubble talk from our experts. And I kind of just step back for a second because I'm not a bracketology guy by any means, but they're 18-5 now. Like this team has a bunch of wins. Has it been pretty this season? No, but McCall, I have a hard time believing an 18-5 Tony Bennett team is really in danger to miss the tournament. What are you seeing there?
Are we not talking about them enough? I mean, they've won 7 in a row. I mean, early in the year, they lost to Memphis, and everyone was so high on Memphis early in the year. I know they've had their struggles as of late, but it's just like, and it kind of fits Tony Bennett's personality, right? Just kind of even-keeled. We'll just keep picking off teams. We don't need all the attention, all the flash. We don't need all the social media posts. We don't need the field of 68 anointing us that we'll be in the Final Four in Phoenix. We're just going to keep winning games. That's what they're doing. It's like they're fitting their coach's personality, and nobody's talking about them. And it's impressive. I mean, you're talking about, I think there's only 7 coaches in college basketball today that have won national championships. He's one of them. So the guy knows exactly what he's doing, and his team, their culture, their identity, to Jerel's point, they have it. They know who they are. They know how they're going to play. It hasn't changed. People may, get frustrated with his style of play or don't think it's, going to translate to winning games. Oh, no, it translates to winning games. And he's only one of 7 coaches actively coaching college basketball that's won a national championship. So maybe we need to start talking about Virginia more, even though I don't know if Coach Bennett wants us to.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.